building blocks of all the presets in code consist of a preamp, power amp and cabinet type, which you can adjust in the amp section. So starting with the preamps, there's a choice of 14 different preamps in here. So there's lots of Marshall and other flavors as well. We haven't left anybody out. So I'm just going to go for a JTM 45 on this one. And then that goes into the power amp section. Now the power amp section is the output stage of your amplifier. So that's how powerful the amp is and what type of output valves are in there, which obviously changes the characteristic of the sound. So if you don't know what the different sounds of valves are, just go with what you like the sound of. We've also got our presence and resonance controls. The presence kind of controls the higher frequencies of the amp. So if you turn the presence right up, then the treble's gonna have a more brighter cutting sound, and the resonance is the opposite. So that's kind of how low and rumbly the bass is gonna sound, if you like. Cabinets. So this is the sound of the speakers that the code is gonna emulate. So you've basically got a choice of 4x12s, 212s or 1x12s. And there's a choice of kind of vintage and modern speaker types. So I'm gonna go for a classic 4x12 sound, which is, I'm gonna choose the 1960 cab, which if you don't know, that's just our standard Marshall 4x12 with the 75 watt speakers. Moving on from there, we go into the effects, and we've got 4 effects blocks. So you can see what's basically bypassed and what's on, because if it's on, it's red, and if it's off, it's grey. To turn them on and off is really simple. Just click the power switch in the corner of each one. And then if I want to edit an effect, so I'm going to edit the delay, I can just click anywhere in the red box and it brings up my parameters. At the top, I've got the different delay types. Okay, so there's 4 to choose from. I'm going to choose a studio delay. And then I've got the delay time. And like before, I can slide my finger up and down to adjust that parameter. The feedback, which is the amount of repeats on the delay. The frequency, which in this case is basically the tone of the delay. And then the level, which is how much delay you want in the mix. Okay. If you want a specific parameter, what you can do on this, which is really cool, is actually hold your finger on it. So I find this really useful for delay time. And then you get a little keypad come up on the screen where you can actually manually put in the amount of delay you want. So let's say I want 450 milliseconds, I can just key in 450. Also, there's a tap tempo on the screen too. So I'm just tapping my finger to the tempo of the delay. Click OK, and that's done.